While introducing myself, I also wanted to show you a quick, cheap snack I like to make sometimes. Food provides so much more for our minds and bodies. It's not just a means of nourishment, but a space for community and memory. Memory that penetrates through the soul and cements itself through time. I've worked in high-volume offices where communication and efficiency are key. I know how to be quick on my feet and change tasks when necessary. For 4 years, I was the assistant and support staff for the English department's undergraduate advisor at Western Washington University. I interacted with hundreds of students and faculty weekly on advising and data input, as well as directing all calls for the program coordinator. Because of the office's high volume, I had to remain well organized on all fronts. I've worked with most Google and Microsoft programs, as well as WordPress, Wix, Canva, and all social media platforms. There are many ways in which working for Black Valley Films would fit into and support my current schedule and career goals. I earned my BA in Literature and Linguistics at Western Washington University, as well as my MA in English Literature and Film Studies. I specialize more specifically in Black, Indigenous, Native, First Nations, and Latin film and literature. Looking at those texts, I analyze the cyclical and generational ways in which pain and trauma manifest through bodies and land, and how, as Octavio Gentino and Fernando Solanas, two Latin cinema creators, would put, quote, extract critical conclusions to reinforce the critical struggle, end quote. My ultimate goal with my research through school has been becoming a part of the film industry through criticism, writing, and production. Working alongside Scott Hamilton Kennedy would allow me to gain knowledge and experience of working within the documentary film industry. One of the biggest lessons I've learned, I think, from transitioning out of my last role is to not stick with something if your heart isn't in it and you're not being treated with the respect you deserve. I think we are often taught to stick with something as long as possible because you know it's income. But I've realized I really need to love and have a passion for what I do in order to be my best self and feel satisfied at the end of the day. My mistake was overworking myself and doing tasks for not enough pay in a very volatile environment. I refuse to let myself stay in a role now where inclusion and consideration are not at the forefront of a company's core values. While working as the marketing coordinator for the English Graduate Association, I had the task of communicating with all guests and speakers in and out of the department when it came to events and readings. One of our biggest events was the reading series, where we brought back alumni and other writers and artists to share their recent work for us. For our spring reading, we were able to get a non-alumni reader. This entailed proper methods of marketing and strategy so we could get the maximum turnout for this event. Additionally, this was during 2021, where everything was still run remotely through the university. I had to juggle marketing this event by creating graphics and posts that adhere to the university standards while teaching a full English course online and being a full-time graduate student. I was in constant contact with the reader and the events coordinator to make sure all paperwork and finances were put through before approving marketing materials. During my free time, I work with leather goods like handbags and bow ties. I'm also constantly watching films and shows. Some of my favorites are Tarkovsky's Stalker, Burnett's To Sleep With Anger, anything made by directors and producers of the LA Rebellion movement I really just love generally, and then What We Do in the Shadows.